hasn't even started yet. So we're going to be exploring 3-digit numbers. Alrighty? So when it comes to 3-digit numbers, we use what we call an HTO chart, right? What does the O in the HTO chart stand for? One. What is the O? Ones. Okay, so ones, tens, and hundreds. So we're going to be focusing on section 1.3, which is focusing on 3-digit numbers. So it says draw to model the problem. So I'm going to read the problem to you, and we're going to solve the problem. Miss Rodriguez has one box of 100 straws. How many straws does she have?
100.
Okay, she has 100. Miss Davis has 10 boxes of 10 straws. Well, now, we technically don't know how many straws Miss Davis has because it doesn't give us a specific amount like it did with Miss Rodriguez. It says she had 10 boxes of 10 straws. When we are drawing a tens, it should look like a what?
A stick.
A stick. It's called a rod. Well, how many tens do I need? Mario? 10. So there's 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, a 10, you're counting by what?
5.
Wait, guys. We're not listening to my question. If we have a 10, what are we counting by? 10. So 10, 30, 80, 90, 100. How many straws does Miss Davis have? 100. So we said that a rod is a representation of 10. What picture or what does a 100 look like if you draw it in base tens? Does anybody remember from first grade? Isa. What does a 100 look like? A square. So Miss Rodriguez has how many straws? 100. So if I drew a base 10 representation of 100, I would just have a straw. A square, sorry. So they each have the same amount of straws, right?
Yep.
But there's a different way that I could draw my picture and have a representation for it, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so up here in this section right here, I just want us to give an example of each one for a 3-digit number. So if I drew my HTO chart, we said 100, what shape do I use to represent a 100? Zamar. Okay, yes, that H is a representation of a 100, but if I'm drawing the picture, what is it? We just drew it right here. What shape is this? A square. It's a flat. We call it a flat, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Then what do we draw to represent a 10?
A stick.
A stick, which we would call a rod. And then what do you use for ones?
A dot.
A dot, or we would call those units. So you have a flat, which is a square, for hundreds. You have a rod for tens. And then you have a dot, which is a unit for ones. What is a unit?
One.
What is a flat?
100.
100. What is a rod? 10. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and go to page 26. So it says, what number is shown with 11 tens? Well, with tens, what are you counting by?
5. 10.
Tens. It says it in its name. If I'm counting with ones, what am I counting by?
1.
If I'm counting with tens, what am I counting by?
10.
If I'm counting by 100s, with 100s, what am I counting by? 100. Not right now, friend. Okay, let's finish this lesson so you don't miss anything. Okay, so these are tens, right? They're rods. Well, let's count how many we have. There's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, but then I still have one here. What comes after 100? 110. So how many? So I got 110. So how many sticks do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 tens is equal to what number?
1. What? 10.
What did we just count to?
110.
110. So now we need to fill in the blanks for how many 100 and how many 10. And 110, how many hundreds would I have? 1, right? And then how many tens would I have left? 1. Good job. Who said that? Good job, Haley. So if I had 100 plus 110, would that give me 110?
Yes.
Yep. So did we just use that 3 different ways to solve that problem?
Yes.
Sure did. Now we're actually getting into the lesson. These rods are for what?
10.
Tens. Thank you, Isabella. Let's count how many tens we have. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
so we have 12 tens. Well, if we count by tens 12 times, we get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Okay, so we said that 12 tens was equal to 120. Well, when we're looking at 120, how many 100s do we have? Haley. In 120, what number is in our hundreds place? Haley. 1. So I have 100. And then, Zamar, how many, what do I have in my tens place? Where's my two, where is the, what did you say? 2. So I have a 2 in my tens place. So I have 100s and 2 tens. Well, what does 100 equal?
100.
100. And then 2 tens is equal to what?
200.
No. We're talking.
20.
Wait, pause. Listen to when I ask the question. How many tens do I have if I have 2 of them?
20.
20. We're going by tens. If I say how many hundreds do I have, that would be 100. If I'm asking by tens, it would be in the tens place. 10 plus 10 is what?
20.
And then does 100 plus 20 give me my 120?
Yep.
Then we can give ourselves a check mark because we did that one correct.
Correct.
Now let's look at number 2. We need to count how many tens we have. Go ahead and do that quietly to yourself. Count how many tins you have. Nathan, how many tins do I have? 13. I have 13 tins. Well, I need to count them. What am I counting by? 10. Because I have tins that I need to count. So 10, 20,
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,
10,
120,
20.
130.
So I have 130. Well, if I'm looking at 130, how many do I have in my hundreds place? 1. Good job. Way to have a quick answer. How many do I have in my tens place? 3. So if I have 1 in my hundreds place, what number am I going to have?
1.
Pause. Wait. Listen to my question. I have 100. So what number is that, Isa? 100. And then I have 3 tens. If I hold up 3 fingers and I count by 10, 10.
20, 30.
So does 100 plus 30 give me my 130 up here?
Yes.
Give yourselves a check mark. And a pat on the back from Isa. Now let's look at number 3. Quietly, count how many tens you have. Mario, how many tens do you have? Try that again. Princeton.
14.
We have 14 tens. If I have tens if I have tens, what am I counting by?
10.
Tens. So let's count by tens.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
110.
120, 130, 140.
So we have 140. Well, let's keep going to see if we were correct. What number do I have in my hundreds place? Princeton.
1.
1. Now I'm looking at tens. Here's my tens place. What number do I have in my tens place? Kaylee.
4.
4. So, if I only, so 100 is equal to what? 100. Thank you, Daisy. And then 4 tens. If I have 4 tens and I count by tens, 10,
20, 30, 40.
and then 100 plus 40 is what?
140.
Is that equal to the same thing as this?
Yes.
Let's give ourselves a check. I am actually going to let y'all do number 4 and 5 by yourself. So let's look at our hot problems. Everybody should be looking at number 6 and number 7. And eyes on me in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Our first hot problem is Kendra has 120 stickers. 10 stickers fill up the page. How many pages can she fill? How do you think that we would solve this problem? Isabella?
Counting by 10.
Counting by tens. So I could just draw a, what do we use for tens? Mario? 6 or rods. until I get to what number?
120.
120. So let's figure this out. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120. Now, Isabella, how are we going to find our answer?
By counting the rods.
By counting my rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many pages will it take?
12.
Look how easy peasy that was. Y'all are super smart. We just got a hot problem by ourselves. Now let's look at this one. Ed has 150 marbles. How many bags of 10 marbles does he need so that he will have 200 marbles in all? Here is a tricky part. He has 150 of them. He needs to be at what number? 200. He has 150, but he needs 200. How can we figure out how many more he needs from 150 to 200? Benjamin. Okay, but if you didn't already know that, how could you show your work to solve this problem? Trayshawn.
Count on.
Keep counting. By what?
10.
Keep counting by tens from 150 till we get to where?
200.
200. So, what comes after 150?
60.
160, 170, 180, 190, 200. Now, what do I need to do to find out how many bags? Isabella,
Count the rods.
count my rods. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
so I need 5 bags of 10 marbles to complete this.
Here, more than that.
Perfect. So remember, all eyes on me.
Okay.
Remember when you were doing your homework that all of these numbers should equal the same. A rod is worth how many? A rod is worth 10. So you're counting by 10. Excellent job. In 3, 2, 1.